When you take a look overall, the quality of the buildings, the quality of the coaching, the quality of the exposure, and the fact that you're gonna have a chance to play for a national title alongside players that are gonna play in the NHL, if I'm a young player, that's a pretty good formula to get me to play in this conference.
North Dakota with 3 goals. Minnesota Duluth.
And the Mavericks are on the board. Here the Broncos coming in. The Miami Redhawks.
St. Cloud State University.
And Colorado College is off and running here tonight in Denver National Champions.
Who's gonna beat these guys?
The national accolades started with North Dakota goaltender Zane McIntyre, who won the second annual Mike Richter Award.
Well, it was a special award in the fact that even though it's not a team award, it's an individual award, but he was the most team-oriented guy that we've had in a long time, and he was intentional in his daily work. Like, there was a reason why he won that award. His preparation and his details and his habits were impeccable.
2 years later, the NCHC gloved its second Richter Award in Denver's Tanner Gillette, but he wasn't the only pioneer to earn a national honor that season.
The 2017 Hobie Baker Award winner goes to Will Butcher.
It was kind of surreal when it happened, just like kind of all that whole weekend, like from the Hobie to winning the championship, like it just kind of all came together where, you know, team was playing really good, played well myself throughout the year, and yeah, just super grateful, and was just very happy with like how everything obviously capped off like my college career.
3 years later, another decorated NCHC defenseman, Scott Perunovich, capped his career with college hockey's highest honor.
You know, you don't see a lot of guys, defensemen, today's game that have his brain and offensive ability. He was like a fourth forward. You look at his career in 3 years, I mean, he was 30 to 40 points. He was leading, you know, one of our top scorers. Just the ability, the elusiveness, you know, nobody gives him enough credit.
Those two Hobie winners and many other conference players and coaches have also represented their country on the world's biggest stage.
In order to continually hold yourself to that standard, it takes premier coaches, it takes premier student athletes, it takes a commitment by our institutions to be at such a high level. The coaches that we attract in the NCHC are at the top of their game. And it's not just that they're high quality from a competitive perspective, they are high quality from a character perspective. They are people that students want to be around.
The NCHC and their programs, again, are committed to competitiveness at the highest level, and they're recruiting a certain type of student athlete that wants to compete at the highest level, whether that's for a Stanley Cup, whether that's for an Olympic gold medal, whether it's for a national championship in college hockey. And so I think those that have had the fortunate chance and opportunities to move on to do those things are a reflection of how I think our programs have wanted to kind of push forward and treat their programs from the start of the conference.
And even a select few individuals were given the honor to represent Team USA at the 2018 and 2022 Winter Olympic Games.
A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you know, just very happy I went back for my senior year so that opportunity could open up, and yeah, just to go overseas and, you know, playing that big of a stage, and just kind of, yeah, once in a lifetime with all the different aspects of the village, seeing other events and different things like that. It was super special and such a great moment for me.
The NCHC has seen plenty of great individual moments, but perhaps the best ones come from team competition, as was showcased in one of the greatest games in NCAA history, which took place between two NCHC heavyweights in the 2021 Fargo Regional Final.
There's no losers in that game, and I think that's the one thing for me that I said to some people, like, we battled, like we always battle. We got to bounce, break, and at the end of it, you know, nobody wants to lose, but at the end of that, is there really any loser?
Here we go, getting set for the second overtime period from Shields Arena, the Fargo Regional Final.
Playing in that game, even though that we lost, it was something that I'll remember for the rest of my life. And in the fact that the endurance, the adversity, the resiliency that our players went through, and obviously Duluth as well, but to go through that long period of time and well-conditioned athletes to play and ask them to pour their hearts on the ice each and every shift out there, it was amazing, and I wouldn't want to do it any other way.
And away we go when we continue to play as we enter the 5th overtime period.
Yeah, it was just kind of survival mode at kind of when the overtime started, and everybody wasn't feeling too good. I don't think anyone was feeling too good, but we found a way and had an unsung hero, so it's an awesome story.
Here comes Minnesota Duluth. They bring it on in, and he scores! Luke Milmock.
The NCHC placed 2 teams in the Frozen Four that season, with St. Cloud State finishing runner-up. But since its inception, no conference has had more Frozen Four participants or national champions than the NCHC. As they say, iron sharpens iron.
So I think these teams get used to being forced to play at such a high level every single weekend, 2 games a weekend. And when it comes to the NCAA tournament, that's just what they're used to. They're used to going into it and playing at a high level.
I think we went to a few Frozen Fours and we were knocking on that door each and every year, and it was so hard to get there, and finally capitalizing on the situation in Tampa, Florida was a situation where I thought it was special in the fact that it was the first one, and then obviously the NCHC fell into line with other member institutions winning it right after that.
Just to be able to be in that position. We were in it in 17, losing to Denver. To get back there, 3 years in a row, and to be able to win it 2 years in a row certainly is probably something I'll never forget.
The run continued with Denver winning the 2022 National Championship, giving the NCHC 5 titles in 6 tournaments.
We all take a lot of pride, certainly I take a lot of pride in kind of what has been developed. It's a collection of a lot of people and efforts from a lot of people pulling in a lot of different directions to get it to where it is. And so for me, it was never about a moment. So certainly there are great moments along the way, but it's more about building something special and seeing the vision early on come to fruition over time and continue to be successful, not just for a year or two, but for what now is going to be a decade.
It is really unique what has been built. The other side of it is the family atmosphere that I think we've created here between the broadcast entities, the media entities, and the programs. I think everybody understands we're in this together, and that's why this conference has become a success.
I think everything we have done is about excellence. It's about excellence on the ice, it's about excellence in our protocols, it's about hiring the best officials that we can find, it's about hiring the best staff and being the most innovative, being a leader, being willing to take some risks and try some new things.
We've been here 10 years and we've had a lot of success through those 10 years, and there's only great times to come ahead for us.